Given the propaganda war that neocons are so successfully, though decliningly so, waging, you know, it's mudslinging. You know, somebody says something important that's true, and then they do a personal attack, like what was his name, Sheen. There was a song from the early '60s that talks about mudslinging, in my opinion. It was written by Flanders and Swan, nightclub back early '60s. Mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. So follow me, follow down to the hollow, and there let us wallow in glorious mud.
Indigo children fly. Indigo grandchildren fly. I have some new information for you. Between October 15th and the 24th, there is a Homeland Security anti-terrorism exercise planned for Portland, Oregon. There are only a couple of these. This March that have taken place on 9/11. This will be the 3rd or the 4th. Our last story is short for top officials. How appropriate. How appropriate. How appropriate that top officials have taken command of your police through the military, through U.S. NORSCOM, through the executive orders passed illegally under color of law by George W. Bush and his political allies and the right. Going to merge for the exercise state, local, and federal assets, federal response teams to work together. You know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be sharing information through the communications network. They're going to be sharing data. This is an exercise so that they get used to doing it A and B. You get used to it happening. Clase Comitatus is a thing of the past, which separates the military from the police. So while we shop, while the goods continue to come in, the clothes that you dress on your children continue to get imported that were made by Chinese slaves, this war will continue to expand. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and those that already have been poor over the decades are being pushed too far. Take a look around you. You own none of this. Take a look around you. There are more crazy people walking the streets than ever before, and all we do is look the other way. This scab, this disease is spreading across our globe like a skin disease. And if we don't stop it, if we don't arrest it, it will kill the body of America. The Republic has already been dismantled. Now they're going for the nation. They are creating a new world order, and we are going to witness it through a North American Union. It's a merger of Canada, Mexico, and the United States. But most don't, sir. And most people know about 9/11 but are doing nothing because they believe they can do nothing. Over half of Americans that have been polled online through Zogby and other polls, 90% in other polls, know that this government engineered 9/11 and we are being used as a vehicle to enslave the world. Once we collapse the EU through the buying power of the euro, which will finance the new war via NATO and the new UN Army, will continue the next phase of this. Your governments, in documents, CIA documents, and ministry reports in the UK are now admitting that they are preparing for a future, the 2025 plan of dealing with flash riots, flash mobs, using electromagnetic weapons on the citizens to subdue you, to mess with your mind, take your energy. They have a paralyzing ray gun. A paralyzing ray gun that can take all of your physical bodily energy away from you. You are about to enter martial law. You have lost control of your nation. Your apathy is hoping to destroy this nation. There's nothing you have or will have that the elite that run this nation are planning on taking away from you. There's nothing they're not planning on taking away from you. The Chinese goods that many of you are engaged in buying, that we are limited in buying. In a world where there is less choice, not more choice. Has vulcanized our purchase power, has vulcanized our economy, has vulcanized, has consolidated mostly everything that's in your house is Chinese or Chinese made by slaves. We are riding a fat hog right now. We are riding a fake, phony hog right now that is maintained, that is built up by borrowed money. We are all living on borrowed time. We are at an all-time high of debt, and as long as you are pacified, as long as your hair is somewhat clean to breathe, nothing is going to change until the beginning comes for the whites as well. You think deep subconsciously that this is all about the Mexicans. You think this is all about Iraq. You think this is all about Afghanistan foreign policy. Domestically, this is a police state, and they will come for the whites as well. All of you are cataloged, all of you are numbered. A national ID card is coming. You are slaves. If you can claw your way out of this hellhole, then use the New America spelled with 3 Ks instead of 1 C. 9/11 was an inside job. They planned it on, putting explosives in the building, all the other forms of remote control technology, driving those jets into the building. 19 terrorists did not make Boaz stand out. 19 terrorists did not change the world forever with box cutters. 19 hijackers did not create the Danger Act. 19 hijackers did not destroy your car. 19 hijackers did not make it okay to call on you in your phone. 19 hijackers are not planning the next war. 19 hijackers are not planning out instead of playing the ability to operate on flipping stuff down. People are assisting our government or engaging. 19 hijackers.
9/11 was an inside job, dude. Traitors are in the White House. Traitors are in the White House, sir.
Even popular
you think
mechanics.
kerosene can melt steel, man?
Even
No,
popular
you're the one talking
mechanics.
about violence, and you want to tell me to calm down?
The popular mechanics.
Get away from me.
The popular mechanics.
Conform to the white man or be another Negro in jail. It's the same for whites now. Understand it?
It was already ignited the moment the planes hit the towers. Your government, through criminal elements and Western intelligence operations, funded and financed the terrorists that took out not only 9/11, but the towers through pre-planned explosives. In Borders Bookstore, you have access to things you can read to educate yourself, but please disconnect from American Idol and the sunshine and Chinese fireworks for 5 seconds. This nation is at a crossroads. You are in danger. The blacks, the whites, the immigrants, the Hispanics, the Japanese, your lifestyles and our entire civilization is in danger. It's not just Bush's fault. That is a part of the lie. Bush did none of this alone. And NAFTA, which was started in 94, signed in 92 by Clinton, is now being extended by Bush, the head of Mexico and Canada, in the name of free trade. They are carving up this world and doing of it what they want to do with the world. They are consolidating the media. They are consolidating the entire economy. They are consolidating the manufacturing sector. And you are being told by your own local media, which has a responsibility to report on these things, that it's freedom. Freedom is not cameras in the school bathroom. Freedom is not the NSA tapping your phone calls. Freedom is not worrying about every single tweet at that time. Their war was an unpopular war, and the ones that decided that they would remain loyal to the King of England fled. Those people fled to Canada.
Looks like a toaster thing. It's kind of cool looking.
Since the formation of this great republic, which has morphed into the American nightmare, we have gone off the gold standard, and the large banks that most of you are in debt to, whether it's your mortgage or your credit card, is nothing but zeros and ones on a computer screen in the elite. In Japan, after World War II, we pacified their military so that they could not invade any other countries. That constitution is now being ratified now that they are an ally in this war on terror. You have a right to the truth, and you have access to the truth. This is a bookstore. Inside it are books that you can read about what the CIA is involved in. There is a World Wide Web out there where you can learn from the CIA's own website about how we overthrew Iran and how we're openly engaged in black operations currently today in Iraq. We are now funding the enemies of our enemies in the Middle East. We are more in danger of being hit by terrorists today than we ever were in the past. We have a problem with the borders, which is a creation of the North American Union. They are going to create a parliamentary group that will oversee the authority of Congress, what you know of Congress today. And until your dresses, your popsicles, your cigarettes, your gas are far too high for you to afford, then you will feel the pain that people are already feeling in the rest of the world, but those are luxuries. The real thing that's going to change your mind is not American Idol going off TV. It's not someone coming on the nightly news and talking about 9/11. It's the lack of your freedom, the loss of your freedom. Water running out. Our planet is running out of water right now. This is not just about oil. We have a drought now in the country, and you're going to see a lot of wildfires right now in our country. In the food sector, most of what you eat and buy is a product of Monsanto. Most of what you eat has pesticides in it. We think that these issues are separated. This is supposed to be a progressive city, and this is the 4th of July, and most of you are shopping. Chinese fireworks cannot take away your pain. Chinese fireworks cannot take away your pain. This is like a skin disease that is encompassing the entire planet, and you know in your heart of hearts that it's true. You just don't know what to do about it. There are more prisons than ever that are being prepared for you, more laws that are being created to enslave you and keep you looking over your shoulder. We are depending on you. We are depending on the passive observers to one day stand up. Whether you're homeless, you can get active if you're homeless. I do what I do with no money and no funding. It does not require money. I fantasize about a day
Yeah. Move on.
Hold on, this.
Alex, she wants to give some ground rules. They were called.
We'll make sure that
You know, when you stand, take a look at it. Would you rather have us all stand closer to the...
Hey, hang on. It looks like we're going to solve this very quickly. Oh, what was the issue?
Just that we've got to make sure there's access.
No, I just want to find out what's wrong, so we correct.
Pedestrians getting through.
Pedestrians getting through? No,
He's coming down on
He's been speaking. He's a little hyped up,
He's
so.
always like that. Doesn't mean I'm like that now. This is to inform. So if it's pedestrians, we'll create extra awareness about that. If it's a pedestrian issue, because there obviously isn't a ton of us.
We collaborate.
Yeah,
Okay.
what we're actually doing is going from spot to spot to spot and moving, so we don't stay too long.
You know, I was under the understanding there was no official leader here.
Oh, no, there's not. There's not.
So I was
Do you know what day it is today?
Oh,
no. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm not interrupting.
Let's just hear what she says.
Go ahead.
So what I'm suggesting is, if you want to stay a little bit farther out and just go back and forth on the outside.
Kind of along the curb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That way, you know, you get your message across, and you can be seen on the street by the pedestrians going by, and then everybody has a chance.
Okay, we'll stay closer to the curb.
Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, ma'am.
No big problem.
We appreciate it. Appreciate your kindness.
Appreciate it.
You'd be amazed at the people who are on your side.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you.
To get my good side.
Yeah. Was there? Oh, I did. Was there a recent article about you in Street Roots? By chance, are you one that works with some of the homeless or the mental people?
I do work a lot with
I thought I
them.
recognized maybe your picture of being one that's maybe no.
I do.
Oh, you do work a lot with the homeless
With
people
mentally
downtown
ill
in the middle.
folks.
Yeah, I read a really excellent article about you, and
Didn't even know
I get
it
to shake.
existed.
No, I think so. I think it's you, Woodward. I guess I can't remember if that. It was in Street Roots, the newspaper downtown here, just a couple weeks ago. Possibly. Well, maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone else. But
Drop it off at Central. I'd like
okay,
to see it.
if it is you, I'll drop it off. But you probably do anyway. Work with a lot. I don't know if that's the article, but you look familiar.
Kind of my thing.
It's kind of your thing.
I'm
For,
old and have a bun. Yeah, that's
yeah. Well, you know. Okay. Well, thanks for what you're doing there, and we hear your message here, so we're trying to.
You know, there's not a problem.
Yeah.
Just, you know, we just all need to do this together.
I hear you. Thank you.
Task force back in 2002 identified I'm looking for good talks too. Talk to.
Hey, Alex. I think that lady might be she's doing real good work with the homeless and the mentally people
yeah, I didn't mean
downtown.
to
No, I know. You're hyped and you're rolling. You know,
Yeah,
here comes the police, and it's just yeah. I was just putting in.
I was just talking to the cop too in a friendly way. He took some 9/11 stuff.
Good.
All right.
Store. They know what it is when it pops in my We can hold our demonstration anywhere.
They were just asking we stay along the side more than out on the sidewalk.
Now, what's your name?
Joe, anybody?
yeah,
You're Steve.
Hey.
I thought so.
Yeah,
Didn't recognize with all your impeach stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Kathy.
Kathy on the internet.
Oh, hi, Sassy Kathy
Yeah,
on the internet.
I
Okay.
read- yes. I got an article on the indie media now, don't I? Portland Indie.
Oh, did you? You got one up there?
Editorial on Kucinich.
Oh, on Kucinich. Good.
I forget what I titled it.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got more comments.
So what's the deal? What are the cops asking people to do?
Here they just asked us to stay along the curb more and not block the sidewalk. So.
That I wrote on it.
No intersections of the plane. Not be another change. subscribe to or political parties. This affects all of you. It goes around. We don't own any of this infrastructure. We are originators in our police.
It's true. It's true.
The black water is the real military institution that is now occupying the ground. They are leading our troops free. Not only the police guys are the fact. We have people who live on their nation. Our government is criminal. Our government is criminal. And the same people that kill 51
Get your shirt, buddy. Let me get that shirt. Do that.
And that's controlling the whole damn world. It doesn't matter if you're left, it doesn't matter if you're right. They have caught you. It's a big lump right there at eyes. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered? I'm not saying like that, I'm saying you're not saying that. Have you ever wondered how long the war is ever going to be?
Check that out then.
Patriot, I like your style. Corporate America rules. Budweiser. 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 Done is done.
Huh? Oh, they like to just drop it.
I don't want to open a gauge.
Hell no. I want my Constitution. We're just trying to get the truth out, buddy. You know.
Don't you got something better to do with your boring ass?
Come off the street. I think that guy's trying to turn. Research it. You'll like it. You'll
swimming on the river or something. Shit.
We used to do that before this crap happened. I used to swim and listen to music.
Too much on it. Go do something else funner.
It's scary.
It's boring.
It's scary. If we're right, that's scary, isn't it?
No, you got it. Can we cross here?
I think we can.
Not as cool. Freedom of speech is really cool.
We appreciate it. That's good. That's good. We want peace anyway, you know. I kill them with kindness.
That's a good program.
Killing with kindness.
Technically, by city ordinance, figure a city block is about 300 feet long.
Do you know how far 100 feet are?
I'm trying to let you know. From this corner to that city street, it's about 300 feet. So figure out about a third of that. If people pass that can hear you audibly, you can understand you like I was hearing a third and bird say you're in violation. So either just turn it down, stop, or get a permit. Either way. You have some idea. And I'm just going to consider this a warning, so that you know.
Would you like a flyer on some more information on the Constitution?
Alex, do you still live on Party? Do you still live on Party? Is this still a good address for you?
Yeah.
Just a question. We don't have to give ID, do we? If
When
you ask for it?
When you're in violation of the city ordinance, yes, you have to. Because I could technically sign up. That would be ID for that. If he wasn't doing anything wrong, he wouldn't have to give me ID.
How come the Portland Peaceful Response Coalition does it every Friday and they don't get pulled over? And they have a megaphone. Every Friday for over 5 years.
Yeah, they'll do things just a warning, but from here on out, if if you can be heard more than 100 feet, you're in violation of the ordinance in my order, and you go to jail for that. I don't want to see you do that.
Yeah, the last question was, did you want more information on the Constitution and what we're concerned about, why we would do something like that? No?
You've read the Constitution?
Yeah.
You know what it's all about?
Alright.
Because you're here to
We
protect
gotta know.
us.
That's fine.
You're here to protect, uphold it, to serve us.
Thank
right?
you, officer.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
I'm not with you go to find out they have bullhorns and they never have
You know what? Last year, 4th of July,
There's a general noise ordinance they have in each law. They're not blind. They can decide whether they want to enforce that law or not. They, like last year, not to enforce that was way over the 100-yard limit.
Yeah,
in this case, they decided to. It's a simple question. Like, you want some information on what we're talking about? No? That's all we need. Thank you very much.
Hey, Alex, I have an
No,
idea for
I
you.
mean, the city does have
want to pull up against the fence there.
Yeah, it is by the river.
Oh, no, that's good.
Probably, honestly, that's what it is.
What's that?
Oh, I'm just saying that they selectively target people
Oh, yeah.
for that rule.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm just saying that if it were another topic, I don't think that...
We would have even been stopped.
If it was a topic
Yeah.
that
But
we
if-
love America.
Yes, if it
Oh,
was...
yeah.
The 4th of July is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It would not have been pulled over at all. That's
Celebrate the Independence Day together.
It's pick and choose. The other cops said nothing about it. This guy did. He may personally not like this issue and decide that he's enforcing it. Yeah.
Because, like I said, the PRC has been marching downtown, around town every Friday consistently for over 5 years with a megaphone.
Yeah.
They do this exact thing that we're doing. They're just not blocking.
You should obey the rules here so you don't get busted.
I feel like I'm really starting to see the Matrix for what it is. A whole society where we live to work, and we work to live. The missile defense system is now being put in place in the Czech Republic and Poland. The countries are preparing to go to war against each other, and China is building up its military. Most of what you buy, most of what you eat in terms of the food additives are now coming from China. This globalized economy is a value-oriented job. We are feeding ourselves. Our wealth, is that it?
You're running above that?
Yeah.
Where is any of that happening today? Us does not control your country. Corporations control your country. Corporations lend you the money for your mortgages, which are foreclosing. They're doing nothing for you, and the wealth of America is being depleted. Conservatives are seeing this now. Liberals are seeing this now. Atheists are seeing this now. Religious people are seeing this now. We are in a shift. Humanity is changing. Our government now admits we're funding the enemy of our enemies in Iraq. We're arming little kids to go fight Iran right now. This is what our country does in our name. Support our troops. Support our troops. They're allowed to die. They're there as mercenaries that are shot at, that aren't given armor. They get depleted uranium, they come back and shit out their organs. That's depleted uranium. Support our troops. Support the body armor. Support the fact that they need to come back to their families. Support the troops. Support the troops. Let them come back. Let them have their stay. Some of them are dying out there on the 4th, 5th floor. That never happened in Vietnam. We are going beyond the point of no return. China is owning and buying up infrastructure and roads right now in our country. They're set up a toll road system that the King of Spain owns in the Trans-Texas corridor. They're going to
How much is it?
Oh, it's free. It's 911 Mysteries.
It's much larger than terrorism. We've lost our ability to maintain a sense of sovereignty in our nation, to keep our roads, our land, our houses in our hands and not the big banks. This is the society that we've morphed into, a society of debt. There is a Bill of Rights in the U.S. Constitution, and that is what the 4th of July is supposed to intentionally represent. Today it's morphed into importing and firing off Chinese fireworks. How ironic, considering how much China owes of this country and how much we owe in terms of our trade deficit. The truth of the matter is the toll roads are being established and a North American Union is here. You take a look around and everything that's changed in the mobilization of power, of wealth in this nation in 6 years. You keep tracing everything that we've done back to one thing, not the rise about Saddam, but September 11th, 2001. And we have been bred through mind control and brainwashing propaganda that 19 hijackers made NORAD stand down. We are so naive that we're going to believe that box cutters change the world as we know it today. We're supposed to believe that it's an accident. And the CIA actually, as was reported in the news, met with bin Laden in July 2001. And shortly before we went into Afghanistan, we had 17,000 U.S. and Russian troops right outside Uzbekistan waiting to invade. 52 warnings in the 6 months prior to 9/11. And we take a look at the actual aircraft impact to the buildings. Those buildings collapsed straight down in seconds. Straight down in seconds. That's physically impossible. 8 seconds, 9 seconds, like dropping a pebble from a roof. That does not happen from a pancake theory. That happens because you planted controlled demolition explosives within the building, striking them with pinpoint precision. This was a Western intelligence operation, and they are here in our city. They are here in our city right now. They are going to do an emergency response drill, Homeland Security, in October of this year. There's only been 4 of them done in the nation. Portland is going to have a Homeland Security anti-terrorism drill between October 15th and the 24th. Google TOPOL 4, abbreviation for top officials. Homeland Security are going to work in bridging communication and data collection with the state police and the city police and the county police, all to one integrating them and their computers. They're playing this exercise supposedly to protect us from terrorism. Everywhere we look there, we find these phony threat tears on CNN saturating our news. Where you look around, you listen to the radio, you know how I feel, it's the same stuff. Over and over and over, the same perspectives. War is good, peace is bad, we have to do this. It's almost the old kamikaze Japanese viewpoint of committing suicide to accomplish the overall goal of what you want. Your president is nothing. He is beyond what I can describe to you in terms of evil. He's done none of this alone, and none of this is going away in 2008. The torch is simply going to be passed on. Most of you guys already know the truth, and we can move on because you've heard the truth already from somewhere else, and it resonates with how you feel. We have to take action on how we feel, not violently, but being active in our community. I mean, learning when to say no. Mortgages and foreclosures are through the roof right now. The economy, the federal interest rates are going up. Things aren't getting any easier, and they're exporting more and more of your jobs while importing more and more outside workers to do them for you. That's not a conservative or left issue. There's something wrong happening with our economy right now, and it's going back to Europe. So because of what we've done with our war, the Gulf has dropped the dollar. Iran's got away from the dollar. Before we invaded Iraq, he dumped the dollar. Because oil money, petrodollars, is measured on the U.S. dollar, the greenback. They're moving it to the euro. That means we will no longer be the superpower. So we're getting to go to war shortly with Russia. We're getting this ready to start. We're already pointing missiles at each other using a missile defense shield, while Putin and Bush still sit side by side at the G8. This is all the military industrial complex building their one world order. You know what to do, you have the tools. There's no shortage of information on this topic and many others, including genetically engineered food. You have the responsibility to find out the truth, and when you've heard enough, when you've seen enough, when you're bad enough, you will.
That's right.
Have a happy and safe 4th of July, and remember why this country is America.
And fireworks are dangerous. George Bush is not healthy for children and other living creatures. And that's a fact. The one good thing Bush did, the one good thing, he got all the terrorists in one country together to get on. We've already lost over 3,000 of our boys, our girls, our everything. How many do we have to lose? Tell me, America, how many do we have to lose? Another 3,000, you think? Should we lose some more legs, maybe? Should we give him an arm? What are we going to do with George? He's a criminal, for crying out loud. And he is not healthy for poor. He's not healthy for anybody, especially living creatures. He wants to drop atom bombs and shit, I'm sure. What a fool.
Thanks for saying that.
How can people... I just don't understand what's wrong with these Republicans. He admits that he doesn't read. To me, that called him stupid. And then he admits to being a puppet by saying, I don't read, I don't have to, I get all my advice from my advisors. But I'm the decider. Are you? No, you're not. You don't decide anything, George. You decide nothing whatsoever. And what's with this federal government trying to come down on people who just want medicine? What is with these people? You give us all the opiates we want. Oh, I can't grow them though, but you give me all the opiates I want. Turn me into an addict there, but I managed a little medical marijuana, and the doctor wants me to see somebody. What's wrong with that picture? A lot. There's a lot wrong with that picture, for crying out loud. Why would your doctor shove opiates at you for pain when you know the medical marijuana can work, and the state, the people, the good people of Oregon have given it to us, medical marijuana, yet we have to grow it. What the hell is that? Do I get to grow poppies? No! What is wrong with these? I'm really at a loss here.
Well, we all are.
Yes.
Hang in there, you're speaking out.
I just don't get it.
I'm documenting this.
If I can vote for Hillary, I will, but I've got to make sure she's going to do the things she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
At least be a little like her husband, because I like him. I don't care. He made a personal mistake, but as far as the country goes, he was a great president.
You betcha.
He left us with a surplus. Bush walks around now, we got a multi-trillion-dollar deficit. Then he wants to spend billions more. She's for crying out loud, for one day of expenditure of the war, he could probably house all the homeless people in Oregon.
I gotta go. I'm going to document this. Do you go out on the internet?
Yeah, I'm on the internet all the time.
Portland Indie Media.
Portland what?
Portland Independent Media.
Portland Indie Media.com or .org?
Just Google it. You'll find it. Portland,
okay.
And I'm Joe Anybody.
You're Joe Anybody?
I have a website.
And I'm Jerry D. Earthling.
Jerry D. Earthling?
Yep.
Jerry, nice meeting you.
Jerry D. Earthling.
I like everything you said.
Well, thank you. I do too.
Okay, buddy.
Can we find out facilities that we
It's not going to stop until America is destroyed in all our realm and all work for less more. 50 hours a week, 75 hours a week. This is the 4th of July. Celebrate your independence. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights is why you have the freedom to do what you're doing now.
Well, that makes sense.
Get out of here, man.
Drew, get the hell out of here. I love Bush. He's the best president ever.
Who said that? We're having a good time at a music
Your dad said that, man.
Okay, have a nice day.
Well, what's everybody so upset about?
I don't know. Exactly. Why are you filming me?
Because that's a free speech and I'm out in public and, you know, I'm part, you know what?
Watch me later.
Okay, hey, you know what? I'm turning the camera, but the reason I'm doing it is because I'm part of the media and I'm just documenting what's going on out here. Okay, peace.
How can you have a building 1,000 feet high collapse to powder?
Sure is a lot of hate out here, isn't there?
We're not slaves. You deserve more. You deserve to be able to
I said, you leased over this shit.
Well, you know, I do because people are afraid.
Yeah, it's shocking stuff if you know nothing about it. We know, but they don't know a lot. So all they hear is us say something, and now they're freaking out.
Guys like you, it's not good. The police state does not discriminate. It's not a black thing or a white thing or a Hispanic thing. It's a way of life globally. And we can see it in the UK. We're talking CCTV cameras. I'm going to leave you now. Let you go. The 4th of July is supposed to be remembered for a day of independence. So we make of it what we want, and I stand here before the World Trade Center, which is the future of your world. The way we're letting it go, just a small board of CEOs running the entire planet. This global plantation is now here. 9/11 was an inside job, and now we're concerned about the next government-sponsored terrorist attack. So when it happens, if it happens, you better suspect your government.
9/11 was an inside job. You think 19 guys in the cave? 19 guys in the cave made Durant stand up? No way!
An inside job. An inside job. 9/11 was an inside job.
Your government is killing you.
9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job.
Welcome to the real world.
Starting the war.
Welcome to the real world. Oh yeah, the truth is coming out.
9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job.
What you already know, deep inside your heart, what you already suspect, what you've always feared, what you've always dreaded, that our government is criminal. That we have lost control of our government, and this is the 4th of July. This is the 4th of July. We are losing our government to private interest groups, secret society, to a world that you have been sheltered away from. This form of democracy is 2 wolves and a sheep voting on what's forgiven, and you and your liberties are on the menu. There are cameras going up all over the place. Speed cameras, jaywalking cameras, facial recognition cameras that the city is going to use for more revenue and taxation. They're building a Homeland Security surveillance center right through the new bus mall. And Homeland Security is going to be engaged to top off 4. A military exercise larger than you even know in October of this year. Federal government working with state government and city government, merging together to fight the unified enemy that they call Al-Qaeda. You know it was an inside job. You can feel it deep within your soul. You can feel it clawing at you every day you turn on the TV, every time you read about the war in Iraq, how it's never going to end. The search for terrorists aren't going to end. You know you've always asked yourself, why no less stood down? How those towers just came down like magic. Magic. What's happening to your jobs today? Manufacturing in the United States is being exported around the world, and we have turned our backs on fancy politicians and religious leaders in fancy suits, promising utopia, promising leadership that will work, promising a Messiah to take all of our problems away if we give up our security, our liberty for security. It's on their bodies. On their laws, our freedom was allowed us into our churches, our schools, our lives, our homes, our telephones, our email, the way we raise our kids, the way we drink, the way we eat, the way we sleep, how we work, how hard, and for what. All controlled by the few, because we are suffering from contagious apathy that is spreading on this country like a skin disease. And the end result is death. The kneecaps of America haven't blown out to save a finger. The solution lies within you to change 9/11. And the U.S. Constitution, because when you look around, baby, you realize that you own none of this. About 6 years ago, your world changed with those talented abilities. Every aspect of your life is being organized and centralized. The economic sectors, the manufacturing sectors. 9/11 was engineered to create more wealth for the elitists, for more free trade, more inflation, more dependency that is other places forcing to make a living to make the bankers rich. We have controlled the rest of the world and created Africa the way it is today. It's getting worse. Today, your Bill of Rights are being abolished. Why create a police state? Why, Alex? To use you as a vehicle to continue the agenda to create a one-world government. First we take Afghanistan, then we take Iraq. We have to get Iran, and Israel is critical in this peace. The truth of the matter is, the United States and Russia are now pointing missiles at each other as the real tensions become apparent. You are in danger the way our country is going today. The real war, World War IV, if you look at it, depending on how you look at it, 34, will be over water. Will not be over oil. It will be over rights to food. It will not just include Al-Qaeda, which is an operative group made by the CIA in the 90s and the 80s. It's going to be Russia and it's going to be China. We've lost everything. We have no wealth. Our dollar is not measured off the gold standard. Once the dollar collapses, we're moving on to the euro, the Amero, the world currency, which is led up by the euro. The euro is raising by the day. The value of it, while the dollar is continually being devalued. You have the right to the truth and you have access to all this information. You just have to want it. This is the 4th of July. And then you remember the Bill of Rights and the U.S. Constitution. And if you look around, there are more cameras out in the streets here in Portland, around the world, in England, than there needs to be. It's becoming 1984 in a world where this stuff is remained in a science fiction horror film. This is reality. Cameras everywhere. More laws being passed. The power of the dollar going down and education slumping. We're losing everything in this war. And Bush did none of this alone. You have a responsibility to relocalize your life, learn how to garden, learn how to survive. There's no solution for you. Your world is changing. 9/11 was an inside job. There are more falsified terrorist operations coming, made by the CIA for you, and we're funding the enemies of our enemies in Iraq today. There will be major crises happening in American cities. We don't know when, we don't know what. But at some point, we'll be going to war with China or Russia the way things are going. You have to take back your government and recognize today is Independence Day, and we have a constitution to make sure that there are safeguards. There is a law there that says 2/3 of Congress must vote on each of these laws. The executive orders, therefore, are illegal and treasonous. Anything contrary to the Constitution is null and void under the law of the land, the preamble to the Declaration of Independence. Read it! I have! There's some amazing, amazing stuff in there. Please celebrate the 4th of July with passion. Your rights are being dismantled. The Constitution is something that a lot of cops don't even want to talk about when they pull you over. Because the game is to make sure you don't know the Constitution, and there's another way you can get inserted into the prison industrial complex. There are more prisons than ever, going up in our nation exponentially. This is a growing trend, prisons. So what happens when education fails? More kids getting in trouble, thus more jobs for cops, more jobs for Homeland Security, and you have a problem with the economic sector moving, the job sector. We got pushed off manufacturing, now locally a lot of us are dependent on service-based industry, now definitely outsourced or importing, if you will. That's one of the last sectors to go. Mortgages are through the roof in terms of the foreclosures. This is a spiral. And it's really going to happen in a matter of years. Whatever collapse may happen. 9/11 was an inside job. Your government is not here to save you. Investigate how to research living locally and sustainably again. Getting your own water, getting your own food, anything that's not dependent on trucks coming in. Off the freeway, back and forth. Knowing agriculture, permaculture, how to survive, how to build a new economy, a new currency, if this dollar collapses. Because we have to defederalize, decentralize all this power. Now wealth is going overseas. We have to relocalize, bring the economy back, and talk to each other. The left talks to the right talks to the left. The Democrats talk to libertarians to Republicans. We want the same things. None of us want a police state or a world where we're clawing at each other divided. We don't want this kind of division. American Idol and Wrestling Federation, all that has gained the senses of many people, but you always know the truth, you just have to act on it. And that is all we are saying to you today. Thank you.
We started the day off by walking on the mountains. Off the mountain.
Operation, prepared, the architects now controlling your government, your candidate, are taking control of not only your country, but the world. You have access to this information, but nothing changes until you're engaged. 9/11 with an inside job, you will find your government duplicated. It's a death of 3,000 plus now on an illegal war. 65,000 dead in the Middle East, 43,000 on 9/11. Think about those numbers here. Think about those numbers. 655,000 dead for 3,000 on 9/11. Just think about that. Just let that sink in on the 4th of July.
God bless America!
All-time debt. All-time debt. Foreign interest. Buying up roads. Buying up land in the United States. The Chinese, if we more goods than you have ever seen ever before in your life. Walmart buying more of your land. Coca-Cola taking over in your schools, poisoning your body with college changes. This global economy is destroying our culture, our sustainability, our resilience and collapse, our ability to care for each other. 9/11 was an inside job and started us forward, and 40 change our civilization for a millennia. Look at the towers, look at the evidence, they collapse in on themselves. NORAD was not called to stand down by Al-Qaeda. Dick Cheney made the call. Take a look at the buildings and the foundation, how they fell in seconds. That is physically impossible. Look at the insider trading. Who benefited? Fuzzy Congar, done at the CIA. That's when the 9/11 Commission report stopped. They are building a one-world government for value-see, belongs to value.
Wake up, your government's killing you, and they will kill again. Your government is killing you, and they will kill again.
Was an inside job. The ball is now in your court. 911truth.org, AlexAnsary.com, Infowars.com, WhatReallyHappened.com, 911truthforscholars.com. Investigate the physics of 9/11. The tools are now in your hands. The ball is in your court. It is up to you. Today is the 4th of July. Today that means something. The United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights contain within it. This is now a Christian planet. This is a police state. And there's now in your court. Infowars.com, Ansary.com, whatwillhappen.com, jackblood.com. You have a responsibility to protect your children. Thumb scanning in elementary schools technique. Surveillance measures, biometric identification is going to be here for the new humans born into this prison planet.
We got the old wave. The old wave of approval. Wake up, your government is killing you, and it will kill again. They'll do this to justify a win. How many fake caravans does it take to make you people wake up?